Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Michaela Peters. Today I don't have so much time to make a video because I have to go to my friend's house and that's going to take some time and there's all that fun stuff. So I want to make a video briefly today. Oh my gosh, I have to have my tea this morning. Briefly about the difference between Armenian friendships and American friendships, but really I don't mean this just in the sense of Armenian friendships. I also mean this in the sense of basically everybody coming from the CIS countries. Because yes, while I did explain yesterday a little bit about how they all have their own unique culture, there are some things that I find between them that are very ubiquitous that stand in stark contrast from what Americans do. But yeah, the brief irrelevant interlude is that today I am going to not work inside the house because yesterday I stayed home all day and I feel like it made me stir crazy again, and I'm like, why did I do this? I did think about going to a cafe, but I was super like, I don't want to spend more money, so yeah, there's that. Oh well, today I'm spending money. That's too bad. That's why I have a job, and this is my job also. Okay, so yeah, Today I'm going to go to my friend's house. I'm going to see my former Russian teacher, and then I'm also going to try to have dinner on my lunch break with another friend. So I am trying to see people real quick because very realistically, after today, I only have 3 remaining days here because Saturday doesn't count because I'm leaving at the butt crack of dawn. So there's all that. Yeah. So and then trying to get my work done. I decided not to take any days off of work. I talked about this already, but yeah. So with friends, it's very different. One of the things I remember learning in Kyrgyzstan was it was pretty acceptable to be late for work if your friend needed your help. And in America, you're like, what? How would you ever be allowed to be late for work? And now, I don't think this is an all the time thing, but this is a thing that is pretty common. So making excuses, well, what we would consider an excuse, right? In Armenia, is not really an excuse as much as it just is, oh, this is, what I need to do to help my friend. So there's a very high premium that's placed on relationships here that does not necessarily exist in the US. I think in the US it is very me first and achievement oriented, goal centric, and you're expected to outcompete your neighbor, and this is how you prove your worth as a citizen. I've talked about that concept a lot, but the way that it manifests in relationships is like this. And it feels like, flaking out is something that's not acceptable, probably unless it was legitimately something like you're throwing up. Whereas in the US, that seems a lot more common. And I do keep this in mind when I'm making plans with each respective group of people. And I did have to be that person yesterday because I did not realize I had a meeting, and then my meeting got moved anyway, whatever. But yeah, so I was supposed to have dinner with this friend yesterday. Now it's got switched to today because my schedule is a little bit lighter for work. But I think it's just the extent to which people care about their friends, that they're very loyal to their friends. And, to be honest, I'm not even sure this is something that I've seen in Finland, but it's also been very confusing because in Finland, I was not necessarily friends with Finnish people. I was friends with, other international people. So maybe this is the same with Finnish people. I don't really know. You would have to tell me here in the comments. But I noticed, at least with other international people, it seems like maybe there's this sort of othering process that takes place and people have a harder time identifying with each other if they're coming from different backgrounds. And it seems like there's less of a level of loyalty. Now, this is just my opinion, but yeah, so there's that. There's sort of this, if people feel hurt or offended, they're very willing to give up on the friendship. Now, I think that's kind of weird, to be honest. I think it's okay to kind of distance yourself from the friendship or change the friendship, but giving up on the friendship is, something that I think is a little bit extreme. That's just my opinion. And now I'm thinking about maybe the reason why it is so weird to me is because I've spent a lot of time in countries where friendship is very valuable and how you treat other people and maintaining relationships is very valuable. So this idea of we're done being friends and I'm going to block you is where did that come from? So I don't know. It's becoming very common today. And to be honest, I'm pretty worried about what that's going to mean for the future generations of people who are on the earth. I guess it's when you're older and you're always I'm so glad I'm of an older generation because I wouldn't want to deal with that. So honestly, I do feel that way. But yeah, I just mean there's a general willingness to help, which I really appreciate. And I think that's why I feel so especially when I have guests, I really want to be helpful and try as much to go out of my way as I possibly can, while balancing everything. So there's all that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to add too much more to that. I'll keep it very short and sweet today because I don't know. I was feeling not super inspired. But yeah, just It's kind of crazy to me. And I mean, I do love that, obviously I don't live here. And I do love that, I lived here 7 years ago, not even for that long. I was here for literally 6 weeks. And it's like, I still have friends I can come back and see, and everybody is like happy to see me. And it's just, it's a great feeling. And I wish more people could have experiences like this, but not everybody wants to. So there is that. Okay, that's all for today. You can let me know what you think about friendship in the comments below. All right, thank you, and until my next video, bye.